Good evening. Buhari glad over credible polls, says promise fulfilled. Bauchi Governor Bala wins re-election's bid. Lagos go back why I will never call congratulates Sanwo-Olu Vivo. INEC declares Kebbi governorship elections inconclusive. Also, I won't take it for granted, Abiodun tells Ogun after re-election triumph. And on sports, Super Falcons to face IT, New Zealand in friendlies. You are watching the world news from BGI TV Currents. For more updates, kindly subscribe onto the channel. Click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed satisfaction with the just concluded election in Nigeria, stating that he was pleased to have fulfilled the promise he made to Nigerians to ensure credible and transparent elections in the country. The president made this statement shortly after casting his vote at East Polling Unit Kofarbaru, Bobenton quarters of Serikinyara A Ward at East Daura hometown, Katsina State. He emphasized that his administration had promised to work for Nigerians and he had kept that promise by ensuring credible polls. Buhari further stated that his administration means it is, and he says what it means, and he would not allow anyone to steal the country's resources. His words, in his administration, we mean what we say what we mean. We told Nigerians we are going to work for them, we are going to maintain trust. We will not allow anybody knowingly to steal their resources. Going on to the next story. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has declared the People's Democratic Party PDP candidate Senator Bala Mohammed as the winner of Saturday's governorship election in Bauchi. The incumbent governor polled 525,280 votes to clinch the seat. Announcing the result on Monday, the state's returning officer, Professor Abdulkarim Mohammed, the Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Dutse, FUD, said Mohammed defeated his closest contender, APC's retired Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, who came second with 432,272 votes. The returning officer said that Senator Ali Rujika of the New People's Nigerian Party, NNPP, came third with 60,496 votes. According to Mohammed, the PDP secured victory in 15 of the 20 local government areas of the state, while the APC won 5. He said, I, Professor Abdulkarim Mohammed, the returning officer, declared that Bala Mohammed of the PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and returned elected. A video.
Mohammed Bala Abdul Qadir, PDP, 525,280, 525,280. Umar Farooq Ahmad, PRP, 3,061, 3061. Mohammed Aminu, SDP, 4,335, 4335. Hassan Khalid, ZLP, 300, 300. That Mohammed Bala Abdul Qadir of PDP, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
The Labour Party governorship candidate in Lagos State, Badebo Road Vivo, has vowed never to congratulate Babajide Sanwo-Olu following his victory at Saturday's election. Rhodes Vivo said the election was a sham. He spoke while sharing a video at a press conference of how election results were manipulated to favor Sanwo-Olu. Rose Vivo said the signatures are there, but these results have been tampered with and uploaded. Also, a lot of results are called authentic results, but they are state of assembly results or presidential results. These results are being calculated and announced by INEC. There are so many instances of this, and it won't stand. We have our own results, and which we are in the lead, and we will change and challenge these in the court of law. This was a sham and compromise of an election. It was an illegality that has never been perpetrated in Lagos since I was born. This was an election where an entire agent of a party was chased away from their polling unit. I will never call Babajide Sanwo-Olu to congratulate him for the sham of the election. A video.
Entire agents of a party were chased away from their polling units. This was an election where people were standing, and if you came to vote and you were not Labour Party, they were beating you. I have had to pay the bill for over 12 people. One was in concussion, he just woke up today. One's leg is completely broken, he has to go into surgery. And I've been doing this entire morning. I cannot even transfer money again because I'm done transferring just on hospital bills. So I condemn this. I will never call Babajide Sanwo-Olu to congratulate him for this shambolic, this sham of an election, this violence that's literally setting a precedent for war in the next election, because nobody is going to come into elections believing that they will discuss ideas and issues anymore. Because what is it about? It's about who is the most violent.
Second question, you said some voter suppression. You know, really in Apapa, one of our agents was shot and he's dead. And the worrying thing about this is that INEC and the police are shown to be complicit in this. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is it's important that INEC and the police realize that they are provoking Lagosians right now. And if tonight, Lagos catches fire, it will not be because it's our fault. It's because they did not do the right thing. INEC still has hours to do the right thing. A lot of people will be able to, with the help of security agencies, calm down a lot of areas. But a lot of areas are still under intense attacks by thugs and hooligans of the APC. I call on INEC, most especially, and the police, not to set Lagos on fire. This is a state that houses 22 million people. Having that many people angry because they are disenfranchised is not something that Nigeria needs right now. So I call on the INEC rep.
The Independent National Electoral Commission on Monday declared the governorship candidates, the Independent National Electoral Commission on Monday declared the governorship election in Kebbi as inconclusive. The election was keenly contested by the two giant political parties, the All Progressive Congress, APC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The collation and returning officer of the election, Professor Yusuf Sahidu, and the Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, announced the position at the collation center situated at INEC headquarters in Brenning, Kebbi. He said there were cancellations in 20 of the 21 local government area of Kebbi State, cutting across a number of registration areas in different polling units. Saidu said we aggregated the total number of collected PVCs in those polling units, and it came to a total of 91,829. And when we checked the result, the two leading political parties in this contest, APC and PDP, polled 388,258 and 342,980 votes, respectively. When we look at the difference, it stands at 45,278. He noted that they had no option but to refer to the electoral laws on page 31 of the Electoral Act 2022, section 51, subsection 2 and 3 for guardians. A video.
258 and 342,980 votes. These votes were pulled by APC, which had 388,258, and PDP, which had 340,908. When we look at the difference is 45,278. And we check electoral laws on page 31 of the Electoral Act 2022, Section 51, subsections 2 and 3 for guidance. The subsection 2 reads, where the number of votes cast at an election in any polling unit exceeds the number of accredited voters in that polling unit, the presiding officer shall cancel the results of the election in that polling unit. Subsection 3 of that section, that section 51 reads, where the result of an election is cancelled in accordance with subsection 2, there shall be no return for the election until another poll has taken place in the affected polling unit. By virtue of this provision and the powers vested in me as the collation and returning officer of 2023 general elections of gubernatorial election in Kebbi State, I, Professor Yusuf Saidu of the Usman Sankojo University in Sokoto, hereby declare the gubernatorial election in Kebbi State inconclusive. Thank you and God bless.
The Ogun State Governor, re-elected under the All Progressive Congress APC, Dapo Abiodun, has said he won't take his re-election by people of Ogun for granted. The governor promised residents of the state a better future following his victory in the gubernatorial election. Abiodun made the pledge via his official Twitter handle minutes after the Independent National Electoral Commission declared him winner of the election. Expressing his gratitude for his re-election as the governor of the state, Abiodun assured the people of his unwavering commitment towards ensuring even development and a brighter future for the state. Information report that Abiodun was re-elected with a total vote of 276,298. Close to him was PDP's Ladi Adebutu, who had 262,383 votes, while ADC's Otegbeye trailed with 94,754 votes. Abiodun defeated Adebutu, Otegbeye, and 11 others in the gubernatorial race. And to the next story on the world news. The Kano State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of a State House of Assembly member, Ishaku Ali Denja, for alleged violent conduct during Saturday's elections. The State Commissioner of Police, Hussein Gumel, who confirmed these in a brief with newsmen, said the suspect, who is a candidate in the State Assembly election for Gezawa constituency, was arrested along with political talks in several parts of the state. They were alleged to have committed crimes including snatching of ballot boxes, attack of collation centers, and attempt to disrupt the peaceful conduct of the election. 161 political talks paraded by Kano Police Command for alleged vote snatching, which happened during the Saturday's election in the states.
Of police, Hussein Gumel, who confirmed this in a press briefing with newsmen, said the suspect, who is a candidate in a state assembly election for Gezawa constituency, was arrested along with political thugs in several parts of the state. They were alleged to have committed crimes including snatching of ballot boxes, attack of collation centers, and attempt to disrupt the peaceful conduct of the election.
For everybody to exercise his franchise. So you cannot even compare the security architecture in the northwestern part of the country with any zone in this country. If we are, presenting people who try to obstruct and disrupt the conduct of the election, we are not particular about anybody. What we are particular of is the security of the northwestern part of the country, and Kano in particular, where we are.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has foreclosed supplementary elections in areas where talks disrupted the process and destroyed electoral materials. The Commission has also said that it has started releasing accreditation data contained in the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, BVAS, from the presidential and National Assembly elections to political parties and other Nigerians who may be interested in them. According to the electoral umpire, the accreditation data had been stored in the Commission's back end before the BVAS machines were reconfigured for last Saturday's governorship election in Nigeria. Chairman of the Agency's Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, a national commissioner, told reporters in Abuja that one of its staff was killed during the governorship elections. Okoye, who however did not give details, said a number of other INEC personnel were either abducted, harassed, or being intimidated. He said, by provisions of the Constitution, the Electoral Act, and our rules and guidelines, there are various steps to be taken when certain things did not work right. And to the next story from Nasarawa. The Nasarawa state capital, Lafia, has been thrown into a state of unease as protesters block total roundabout, causing traffic gridlock in the area. Reports indicate that the protesters are dissatisfied with the outcome of the recently concluded gubernatorial election in the state. The protest turned violent, with one person confirmed dead and several others injured. Eyewitnesses say that the protesters were holding placards and some of them engaged in acts of vandalism and destruction of public and private properties. The security agencies have been deployed to the scene to restore peace and maintain law and order. The situation in Nasarawa State remains tense, with many residents expressing concern about the possible escalation of violence. The incident has sparked concerns about the need for peaceful and transparent elections in Nigeria, and calls have been made for the relevant authorities to address the underlying issues that led to the protest. The Nasarawa State Police Command are yet to issue a statement as of the time of filing these reports. From Nasarawa State, we go to foreign story. Kiev on Monday called on Russia to withdraw its forces from Ukraine hours ahead of a highly anticipated visit by Russia by Chinese President Xi Jinping is forced to Moscow since the invasion of Ukraine. The formula for the successful implementation of China's peace plan, the first and foremost point, is the surrender or withdrawal of Russian occupation forces from Ukraine territory in accordance with the international law and the UN Charter. The Secretary of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, Oleksiy Danilov, wrote on Twitter. And to end the world news on BGI TV Current is the sports story. Nigeria's Super Falcons will face IT and New Zealand in friendlies next month ahead of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. The two friendlies will take place at the Madden Sport Complex at Antalya, Turkey. While the Wardroom side will take on World Cup debutant IT on April 7. The fixture against World Cup co-host New Zealand will hold 4 days later. The Super Falcons will set up camp in Turkey in April as they intensify preparations for the World Cup. The former African champions ended a 7-game winless streak with a 1-0 victory over Costa Rica last month. The West Africans will face Australia, Canada, and Republic of Ireland at the World Cup proper. That ends the world news from BGI TV Current. Before we go, some major headlines. Buhari glad over credible poll, says promise fulfilled. Bauchi Governor Bala wins re-election bid. Lagos Goba, why I will never call, congratulates Sanwo-Olu, wrote Vivo. INEC declares Kebbi governorship election inconclusive. And to Ogun State, I won't take it for granted, Abiodun tells Ogun after re-election triumph. And on sport, Super Falcons to face IT, New Zealand in World Cup friendly matches. For more updates on our channel and the handle is BGI TV Current, kindly subscribe. Click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. For advert of your placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Good evening. I am Morire Rebila Lawa.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI.